Alrighty. I believe we are live. I'm just going to double check because I don't have a second monitor. But if we are live on YouTube, thank you very much for tuning in. Well, as far as I'm aware, we are live on YouTube. What a wonderful thing this platform is. But yes, look where we are. We are playing some Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies. And before I do anything, I am just going to check if the audio from the microphone is actually coming through. Because I am check if the audio from the microphone is actually coming through. And if you could hear that, that's me testing the microphone. And if you could hear that, that's me testing the microphone. Fantastic. Alrighty. Now, I've only got one monitor, unfortunately, so we are going to be doing this a little bit differently than what I usually do, because I've done a couple live streams before, but they've only been through the PlayStation software, so that's very basic and doesn't have a lot of functionality. This is the first time I'm actually using OBS to stream, so I am trying to work out the kinks, and if I end up deleting this video later, I hope you understand. It's through no fault of anyone but my own, so if this doesn't go the way I want it to go. But we are playing some Black Ops Zombies. I have all the DLC maps for this game, just because I do enjoy this game quite a lot. It's festive. I've got some fairy lights wrapped around me that I stole from our living room. And you might be aware that we are in a new space. I'm no longer in my humble little bedroom. I've grown up in the world and moved into a 2-bedroom unit. So that's fun and exciting. And life is moving in a great direction for me. But I hope this means that I can start bringing you more content on a consistent basis, whether that's through live streaming or pre-recorded, edited content, because I do like doing both, but I just want to find a good balance between them, and also doing them both in a consistent basis. But enough about that. Let's play a fucking game. I was thinking of playing. Kino's very basic. I've played it a bunch of times. I know that off by heart. 5 is kind of challenging, and I feel like it's more challenging in a solo basis. Dead Ops Arcade's waste of time, don't worry about it. Ascension I do love, but I don't remember much about it, and I know there's like different things that you need to do in order to unlock Pack-a-Punch and all that stuff. Call of the Dead I never actually played back in the day, so I would not know the fucking any way around playing that. Shangri-La, who knows? I barely remember. Moon, wouldn't be able to do it. Now, the World at War maps, though, they're pretty basic, so there's no issues there. Kino Der Toten probably won't last very long. It's kind of hard to actually like do a long game on that map, so I probably won't do it. You know what? I'm just going to stick with Kino. Now, when I say that I might delete this later, I'm not actually sure if the game audio is actually coming through to the stream, because I'm unable to test this. I may need to get a laptop at some point. But if I do end up deleting this later, it may be because the desktop audio might be too loud over my own voice. And if that's the case, then it just becomes completely unusable. So what can you do?
Gonna have to get the power on. It's like deja vu all over again.
But yeah, I used to play this game probably too much when I was about 14, 15. I've always found it to be really fucking entertaining. And I got really, really into it when I was younger. I loved the story of it as well. Okay, I've just noticed something. And yes, I am using a controller. It's not tactical. I'm a default guy, actually. Yeah, I'm a default guy. So, call me a basic bitch, but that's what I am, unfortunately. But yeah, with Black Ops Zombies, I find it to be kind of a chill game for the most part, because it's so mindless. Yeah, hence zombies. But it is such a mindless game where there isn't actually much thought put into how you play it, because you end up just running around in a circle anyway. But I would consider, if you do happen to pick up Call of Duty Black Ops at some point, I would play some zombies. It is a relaxing time, and it is a good time waster. If you don't have anything else better to do. But yeah, I've sunk a lot of hours into this game mode. Probably too many. And whether that was with friends or just by myself or with strangers. Yeah, I've constantly been on this. Now, when I say I've been constantly on this, if I die, it's not going to reflect poorly on my own skills, because even the very best die all the fucking time. I used to be really into watching Pro Syndicate play Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies, and he would probably use a phrase that probably doesn't hold up nowadays, but rape train. He'd love to fucking use that. I'm gonna die, yeah, I know. Alright. Yeah, he'd use that phrase a lot, which is... I don't know if he's cut that out or not. Probably has. But, yeah, I used to love watching his content. Is he still as popular as what he once was? Because I haven't actually kept up with his stuff. Speaking from somebody who has zero audience, and is most likely talking to myself right now. Yeah, I wonder how his audience growth has gone, because I imagine he would have had a bit of a drop off after the whole CSGO Lotto thing. Oh, fucking hell, I'm gonna die here, aren't I? Alright, I'm gonna cut the bullshit and get out of this. I'm
out of juice.
I'm gonna go with the MP45 or MP. What is it? Oh, MP40. Okay. Let's try again. Go up the box. Alright, whatever. It'll do. Now, yeah. Shoot in the legs, you get more points. Okay, I don't want to die randomly.
Need some more ammo.
There we go. But yeah, I was really into the story of this game. And I was really into watching the theories, whatnot, because it was never really like a written... I mean, there was a written story, but I don't think Treyarch really, like, produced anything that was... Yeah, it was all through, like, subtlety and, like, little Easter eggs hidden around here and there. But they never really actually sat down and wrote something. I think maybe in the later games they might have done a little bit, but through cutscenes and stuff. And through cutscenes you would sort of piece together the story. But you'd also get like the audio files and stuff that you could find around the map, or like, you know, little radios that you could play, or you'd pick up a... Oh fuck me, I'm dead, yeah. You'd pick up a cassette or some shit, and you put it in a radio, and it would play you like a 3-second audio clip of somebody screaming or somebody dying. Anyway, it was a lot of late night YouTube videos of like theories and stuff on what the story of these fucking... of these 4 like soldiers were, essentially. And why they were, yeah, in the scenario that they're in. I don't know. But yeah, back in the day I was a PS3 player, mainly. I don't know, that was just mainly what I played on.
I'm out of juice.
Just gonna do a quick check on everything, because it's been a little bit, and yeah, it's all good. Alright, let's continue. Oh yeah, I can't control the menu with the controller. And for those of you wondering, just the PS4 controller. Nothing too fancy. You don't want to actually.
Cocked, locked, and ready to rock.
Oh, there's actually quite a few.
It's a blow-em-up buffet, and I'm packing the main course.
Ooh.
What in the world with this?
Alright.
Can't
Oh,
roll the
fuck.
bed if I can't place a dice.
Okay, well... Fuck, I picked up a hammer before too, and oh god. Alright. I think it's a dog around next. So that's fine. I hope it is anyway. If not, I'm fucking royally screwed. So lately I've been sort of contemplating where to sort of take the direction of my channel. And I'm noticing with these live streams, I kind of just take this opportunity to just sort of talk about random shit and just sort of have an open discussion by myself and then hope somebody listens. But that's what I'm going to do right now anyway. Yeah, I've kind of been thinking about what I want to do going forward. And if I want to keep doing wrestling content, because I do want this channel to grow and I want it to... I do have ambitions... Oh god, fuck. I do have ambitions to essentially turn this small hobby into something viable that I can potentially monetize. But I understand gaining monetization on YouTube nowadays is quite an arduous and long task. Jesus. So for me, it's, starting out on YouTube nowadays in 2020, at least I've always felt that it's always been daunting, and I've been watching YouTube for a very long time. And I probably started having ambitions to create content, and I did start creating small content here and there on different channels that nobody's ever heard of. And that's fine. I mean, that's where everyone starts. But no one's heard of this, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, like, I started probably when I was in year 10 or grade 10 for anyone else. I started creating content with a friend, and we were just, recording on a shitty laptop, probably at 480p. But yeah, it was just us commentating over some gameplay, and back then commentaries over gameplay was a lot more popular than it is now. Obviously now there's a lot more variety in the content that you see. But yeah, back then it was commentary over video gameplay was a lot more prevalent on YouTube. Fuck me, I don't know enough. But yeah, nowadays there's all sorts of content. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. But yeah, lately I've been wanting to sort of figure out where I want to be. And maybe that's setting goals for myself. And maybe in a year's time I want to have, a recurring audience. Doesn't matter what number it is, it's just people who come to watch my content on a weekly basis, or whatever schedule I end up doing. And I'm not going to hold myself to a schedule, because I know that's kind of a mistake with a lot of small YouTubers make, and it never pans out. So for me, it's just, I'll just say weekly for now, and then, whatever shits out. So, yeah, don't expect a consistent schedule at the beginning, because it's just not. There are going to be days that I feel good about myself, and then I feel like creating content, and there's going to be days where I feel shitty and I don't want to create anything, and so that kind of affects my output on YouTube, unfortunately. I need Dosh bad, and by Dosh I mean some serious cash, because I need not pack a bunch, I need to jugger my noughts, if you know what I mean. I also need to get rid of this gun because it's not giving me enough points. But yeah, I'm sort of trying to focus on finding what I'm good at, and finding a way to do that on a consistent basis and not get burnt out, or not get complacent, because that's something that I'm kind of overly critical of my own work, and that sort of hampers my ability to create content consistently, at least. So if you're new to this channel, you might have seen that I used to do a podcast. Fuck me. Alright. That's alright, we're going to do it again. Yeah, so if you're new to this channel, you would have seen that I used to do a podcast with a good friend of mine. And that was great, and we did maybe 12 episodes, and I think we recorded a few more that never got released. But and that podcast only The only reason it didn't last was because we both kind of got full-time employment at the time, and then it just sort of fizzled out. And that's perfectly fine, you know. Life gets in the way and things happen. You know, priorities change. But we had high hopes for it anyway, and it was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed it. Jesus. But yeah, obviously things have to come to an end when, you know, this thing that we're doing for free and we're not getting paid for and we're sinking a little bit of money into, yeah. And by sinking money into it was usually just paying for a WordPress license or like, you know, doing some RSS feed stuff, and like obviously that's time consuming for two people who were essentially unemployed at the time or like on minimum wage. I mean, I was unemployed at the time and my friend was on minimum wage, so you know, just working a job at Woolworths, so not exactly something that we were both you know, probably in a good mindset to create a new venture. But yeah, like, I didn't want to get rid of the channel because the podcast ended, and I wanted to create new videos, and those handful of videos that I've uploaded so far are just sort of me testing to see what I can do. And that's not just what I can do in front of the camera, but what I can also do, you know, in editing and in post. And I feel like I've improved a lot over the years. And I feel like I'm getting better at the comedic timing and getting better at figuring out what's funny, at least to me. And I am looking for constructive feedback, always looking for constructive feedback. Please tell me what I can improve on and what I can do better, because I want to get better at this 100%. Because I feel like I have the ability to do it. It's just the willpower. I have all the tools, I have all the equipment, I just don't have the willpower, which is, you know, you need that to do anything in life. So yeah, for me, I need to sort my shit out if I want to make a real go of this. But in the meantime, if you do happen to watch my videos and you happen to stumble across this stream, thank you for stopping by and listening to my ramblings, because I am not making a lot of sense and I'm just sort of rambling incoherently. But thank you for looking at a small streamer, amateur streamer, and a amateur YouTuber who's just trying to find his footing and trying to figure out what he wants to do with his channel. I like wrestling content. I love that community as well. But I also see that there's gaps in that community, and that's kind of where I want to sort of find my place in it. I feel like there could be more in that wrestling YouTube community, and I want to kind of fill that space. I don't know. I feel like there's more we can do in this community of wrestling YouTube. And I know when I say wrestling YouTube and I'm playing a fucking Call of Duty game, you know, this is me just kind of doing what I feel like. And obviously I've got a couple other live streams up that are, like, one's Fall Guys and one's Rocket League, and it's just kind of me playing whatever the fuck I feel like that day. But when it comes to the edited, pre-recorded content, that's mainly going to be wrestling, I think. Wrestling related. And yeah, I think that'll stay that way for a while. I might do some different videos here and there, but I think the majority of it's just going to be wrestling related. Mainly wrestling video game related, or I might touch on wrestling topics and things like that. I'm pretty much open to doing anything wrestling related. Fuck me. But yeah, I have no qualms about doing anything wrestling related. I'm hesitant to do. I think the only thing that I'm hesitant to do is like kind of wrestling opinions. There's a lot of wrestling opinions out there on different things. I don't think mine opinion's any special, or it's not really going to differentiate from anybody else. It's probably the same opinion you've heard from a number of different content creators in this space. But yeah, for me, my opinion on large-scale topics I don't think is really that valuable. I'll happily give my opinion on bullshit topics though. Like, I've had this idea to do a video on just wrestling theme songs, like, but wrestling theme songs that are so, like, obscure and, like, I don't want to say underrated, but I'd say obscure, that are, like, completely random, because I've spent a lot of time on YouTube just listening to, I don't know, version 2 of Hardcore Holly's theme, or I don't know, one of the instrumental theme songs Triple H used like a couple times in 2000. Like, just random ass fucking music that that I think just, I don't know, it's nice for the ears. And obviously I probably can't get away with playing all of it on YouTube, because I imagine WWE would fuck me in the ass if I decided to play anything of their intellectual property. But that's fine. That's fine. They own it, so I'm not gonna argue that. Oh, the box is in the same spot. Also, sorry if I'm not commentating on the gameplay enough. But like I said, this game is quite mindless, and you can just sort of drift off and just do... Your thoughts can sort of just drift off to anywhere. And they don't necessarily need to be on the gameplay. But I hope I do beat round 7, because fuck me, that was awful. But at least I have a gun now that is not a single shot weapon. Alrighty.
I need to find some lead or I'm gonna get bored here.
Oh my god. Again. There is something about this game that's like... it can be very coincidental sometimes. I don't know why. There are these little moments where it's just like, you have amazing luck. I'm just gonna use this. Yeah, you just have amazing luck. What the fuck was I shooting at? Yeah, and it just seems like it comes out of nowhere, or it seems like it's the game is programmed that way. Just to throw you a bone. Yeah, I might. I hope it's a dog round next. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what I'm shooting at. Anyway. I'll just do a quick check. How's everything going on the stream? Like I said, the only reason I'm doing this is because I don't have a second screen to be able to check. But it looks like everything's still live and kicking along. And yeah, like I said, I might delete this if there's any major issues. but that's fine. I'm happy to just stream and get myself back in the groove because it's been a couple of months since I've uploaded anything. And I don't like that. It makes me feel shitty. Especially when you're trying to grow something. But unfortunately, I've been in the process of moving. And that's the only excuse I'm going to give myself for not uploading. Is that I've been in the process of moving. There we go. I was waiting for that.
They don't hold together so well, do they?
Alrighty.
More shit to kill with. No head, no dinner. Awesome.
Okay, feeling good, feeling fine. You know, I've got a pretty good setup right now. The only thing I want is Juggernaut, because I just don't want to die again and have to restart this. I've probably done this way early. It's only round 5 and I've already like opened up the theater. But here we are anyway. Usually this tends to be opened up a couple rounds later, like round 7 or 8. You usually open up the theater, but yeah, we're here. Ideally I want to get that Bowie knife. Sorry, just checking my phone. Ideally I want to get that Bowie knife, but it's $3,000, so I need to... I like how when there's no... Because it's like the end of the round, there's only one zombie left. But these just break open, and there's no zombies that come out. Oh god. Alrighty. I'm just gonna try and rack up some points until I can get Juggernaut. Because it's Juggernaut, I should say.
Bring on the dogs.
Oh, fuck. See? I knew it. I was just gonna get random hits in and they start racking up pretty quickly. What else should we talk about? Because we are on a live stream and I do like having conversations with nobody. But I hope everyone is having or will have a good Christmas when Christmas comes around in a few days. And I hope that it's nice and safe and it's not a stressful time for anyone. Especially after this year, I want that fucking double coins. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I hope it's, you know, a calming time. I know visiting family and things like that can be stressful, and family for a lot of people can be, to describe family, or when you're away from family for a while and you're visiting them, but I guess strenuous kind of falls under that category as well. But yeah, because I feel like, I don't know, family put a lot of pressure on people. Whether that's your mum or your dad or your siblings or things like that. They can be quite judgmental. At least in my personal experience, I know who have lovely parents, and I'm not just saying that my parents aren't. They are very lovely people. But yeah, there's times where it can be a bit much. But I know they only come from a place of love, and they only want what's best for their children, and so that's, yeah, I respect that wholeheartedly. But yeah, I completely understand that Christmas can be a stressful time, at least with visiting family, and if you are traveling anywhere, that's also nerve-wracking. And yeah, I'm gonna be that guy and say, man, 2020's been a real fucking shit year. I'm sure you've heard that probably 100,000 times this year. I have to sneeze. Bless me. But yeah, I imagine it's been stressful for everyone, and I hope Christmas is some little bit of fucking levity for anyone out there, because it's, people need it. People really fucking need it. I feel like our world is like, not to get all fucking philosophical or like really high concept here, but yeah, I feel like our world is quite divided at this point. I don't know. There's a lot of negative things out there that kind of bring people down. And I wouldn't think about getting into politics at this point, because this isn't what this channel's about, and yeah, there's other channels out there that'll give you that if you're looking for it. Also, I'm sorry if I'm rambling a lot. I tend to do that. But if you are just looking for a relaxing stream where I just discuss random topics that come into my head, alright, well here's one. How about the PS5 and the Xbox Series X? Kind of underwhelming, actually. I am a little bit disappointed with the launch lineup. I don't have either of them, but from what I've seen, and what's going to get me to put money down on it, there's not much there. I'm a bit disappointed in what it's looking like at the moment. I know it's going to take maybe a couple of years before there's some depth in that library, but man, there's fuck all on day one. And I don't know, maybe it's just me looking at past consoles and sort of comparing, and finding that it doesn't really stack up, this launch of consoles. I feel like past launches have had better lineups of games. But I don't know. If they're able to get away with, you know, 2 or 3 titles on each console as like launch games, and then like the rest of it is just like the back catalogue from the previous generation, then I guess more power to them. But I don't know, for me that's just kind of a bit lame, considering the console is going to be at its most expensive, having just come out, and you're paying a premium for, you know, very little, to be honest. to experience very little. It's kind of shitty. I don't know. I expected more. Alright, I'm gonna get this fucking Bowie knife. I've been chomping at the bit to get it. It costs $3 grand, but the money you get, worth it. 100% worth it. It's an insta-kill, I think, until... Oh, fuck. It's only an insta-kill until, like, 1 round. Okay, never mind. It's kind of wasted money there. I think it's only around 13, maybe. I think. I'm not too sure. But I can also shoot and then knife, but... I don't know. It's an extra action. So... Like, you can do that. But yeah, it's an extra action and you're opening yourself up to get hit. And yeah, that guy didn't die, so these guys are 2 hits. Oh my god. Alright. Alright, well I need fucking ammo now. I don't know if it was a good idea to go this way, but here we are. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the box. Alright. Usually that's bad if you're shooting and then you're having to run. Like, going this direction is probably bad. This isn't the way you should go if you are trying to do a lap around the whole map. You should go from this way up the stairs and then, yeah, through the corridor that way. But, yeah. And you also shouldn't shoot zombies on the way, because then they're going to spawn ahead of you. And they're going to fuck you, like, on the stairs or whatever. So that's cool. The Bowie knife does kill crawlers in one hit, but the zombies are now 2 hits, because it's round 10. And I think the crawlers die from 1 hit until round 13. I think that's what I was thinking of. So I get a couple more rounds of that, and then they're 2 hits as well. But whatever, it's fine. I'm just gonna rack up points shooting anyway. I'll grab this boy. Alright, he's the last one. I guess you are. Alright. I don't know if I should have go out the box or if I should just upgrade the Thunder Gun and then just be done with it. Get some other perks. I might hold on to the MP40. Yeah, maybe. I might actually hold on to the MP40. Okay, it's already linked, so we can just go. I will upgrade the Thunder Gun. There. There's a film reel. You can be on the camera while you're also on the screen up there. And you can also throw grenades down here, which is what everyone does. But fun little Easter egg: get the film reel. Shows up in the bottom right corner, and then when you go back and you put it in, then it plays a video, I think. Or it plays this... No, it doesn't play the song. What does it play? I'm not going to activate the song because I don't want to get fucking copyright striked. Or copyright claimed. But yeah, you can get the song to play. Okay, this isn't... It's not doing anything. Alright. Hold on. There we go. Alright. Give me a quick revive. And then I do want speed cola as well. I don't know if I'll get mule kick. Maybe I will. I don't know. I just kind of get annoyed if I have mule kick and then I just lose my third gun when I go down. It just kind of pisses me off. Yeah, and it's also expensive as well. That's also another nuisance. Link him. Alright. I'm also hoping the quality of the stream is okay on my internet connection. That's another thing that I was concerned about. 100% concerned because I have about 40 megabytes download, which is okay. I don't know how good that is for streaming. I guess we'll find out when I watch this back. I'm not gonna watch it all back, but yeah, I'm not in love with my own content. God, I love speed cola. I do love this game though. In general, like I love the multiplayer of this game, and I hope they do remaster it at one point. Just because it's, I think the multiplayer was quite balanced. I thought the maps were pretty good throughout. There are a couple of stinkers, but I think there are like some genuinely good maps there. Even the DLC maps I remember being really, really good. But yeah, like I really do hope they remaster this, and I was kind of hoping they'd announce it. They've only remastered Modern Warfare 2 campaign. They only did the campaign, which is like fucking alright. That's fine, but it's like it's not what everyone wanted. It's like half of what everyone wanted. But it's not what everyone wanted. And I played it, I downloaded it, because it was on, I think it was available on PS Plus. It was a free game. So I was just like, oh, whatever, it's free. It's pretty much how I react to every PS Plus free game that's on. It's free. I'm not gonna fucking buy this anyway, so... forgot about the Bowie knife. But yeah, like, I'm not planning on... I wasn't never planning on buying it. So I played it. I played the remastered campaign, and it was fine. It looked a little bit better. But it's not something that I would put money down for as its own thing. Just because it's... I don't know. The game's not that old. I don't really understand remastering games from like 2009. Like PS3 titles. Maybe early PS3. Early PS3 I can understand. Because fuck me, it looks rough. Games from 2006. But games from 2009, 2011, I think they're fine. I don't think they're that bad. They look fine. They're in HD anyway. I mean, it's 720p, but it's HD still. Yeah, I wouldn't bother with it, to be honest. But I know I just said I want them to remaster Black Ops, which came out in like 2011. But here is my argument for it. The multiplayer was great, and the only issue with playing the multiplayer nowadays is that there's no one online anymore. So the only reason that I would want a remaster is just so that there's more people playing online. Is that it basically reactivates the multiplayer for it. That's the only reason why I would want it remastered. So I can play multiplayer on it again, because it was so much fun. That's the only reason. I didn't really care for the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer that much. I thought it was like... I know that's fucking controversial opinion, but like... Fuck it, man. That multiplayer was not good. I know people like have fond memories of it, but fuck me, I do not care for it at all. I was always frustrated by it, and I was bad at it. That's probably why I fucking hated it, because I was bad at Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. But everyone has a lot of nostalgia for it, so I understand that that's gonna piss some people off. But you know what? I'm sticking by it. That I thought it was like too. The reason why I hated it was because it was always. Oh, fuck me. It was always. Too hectic. It was like there was too many things going on. I didn't like that the score streaks stacked. I didn't like that you could have multiple. Like, one team could have fucking 4 different aircrafts in the air shooting at fucking enemies. I thought that was shit. Because if you're on a losing team, you're fucked, essentially. You're like, there's no chance. If they've got a Harrier up and a fucking chopper gunner and just an attack helicopter, like, you're fucked. Like, you can't do anything unless the map is mainly indoors. Which a lot of them weren't. So you were fucked either way. But, yeah, that's kind of the game. Unfortunately. Love the campaign though. Love the campaign. So I will give the game that. I thought the campaign was really good. Spec Ops is kind of forgettable. There wasn't really much in that. I actually kind of preferred the Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. I thought that was a little bit better. I think they just slowed it down a bit. I think it was... They slowed it down a bit. Things were mostly balanced. Well, but that was another thing about Modern Warfare 2. A lot of the guns were, like... Some of them were, like, really fucking overpowered. And they did not nerf shit. They didn't nerf shit back then. Well, maybe they did, and it was just, like, not much of a change. UMP-45... Ooh, I got an achievement. UMP-45 was fucking... shit to fucking combat against. What else? What else was, like, a fucking laser? God, I can't remember. I just know the UMP-45 was fucking awful. You know, I'll try the box. Just for... Okay. Ooh, there we go. I am just kind of wasting bullets. Okay. Oh my god, they're 2 hits now. This is awful. I mean, maybe I made my $3 back when I bought it, but alright. Yeah, what other Call of Duties did I enjoy? Black Ops 2 I played a lot of the multiplayer for. I didn't like the Black Ops 2 campaign as much as I did 1. I thought 1 was probably one of the best campaigns they've ever done. In terms of making it feel like an actual... I thought the writing was decent for the time. For the time that it came out. I think around that time it was probably some of the best writing that you'd see. For a Call of Duty campaign that came out in 2010, I thought it was pretty good. And compared to other video games around that time, I thought it was, it was at a high standard. Nowadays, it probably doesn't hold up as well, because I think writing nowadays has improved leaps and bounds. I mean, you've got the fucking Last of Us games and God of War and Red Dead, having amazing fucking storytelling and, like, writing in general. I don't know, I feel like those games probably shit all over anything that came out for the PS3 in 2009. But I thought it was good anyway. I'm just standing here not doing anything. I should just kill this guy. If you haven't noticed, yes, I do have fairy lights on me for the festive season. But they keep falling off, which is annoying. Let's do another check. Quick squiz. How are we going? Quick squiz. Looks like we're still doing well. So that's all good. No problems, guys. No problems. I may delete it though. I may delete it. If it's gone, it's the only reason why I'll delete the stream is because if there's any fuck-ups with the audio. For me, this is just kind of testing the waters, because I've never actually streamed on a PC before. I've only streamed on PS4, which is a lot less... I mean, it's user-friendly, but I was going to say not user-friendly. It is user-friendly, but it's too basic. Like, there's very little options. And so I want to kind of advance my knowledge a little bit. And the way my setup is at this house now, because I am in a new space, I want to stream out my PC a little bit more. And yeah, I like emulating. I would actually like to stream emulation as well. It's just figuring out what I can and can't emulate. But yeah, I'd love to stream some fucking like obscure wrestling games. That would be something interesting as well. Or making content on obscure wrestling games. The more pre-recorded, edited content that I do for YouTube. I'd love to do that as well, because that'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, I know there's like a lot of obscure... Because I played my last video, which was a couple months ago now, and I completely understand that I've been on a weird hiatus, but just because I've been moving, it's kind of hard to upload, and by the time I got my setup here, time had flown by pretty quickly. That 2 months went pretty fucking quick. I also got a new job. That's another thing. I got a full-time job. Well, I guess let's talk about that. So, for my year started out as I was working casually as a accounts admin for a recruitment agency. And I was doing that for about a year. Yeah, because I started in March of 2019. And then in March of 2020, I went on holidays for a week. I was only working casually, but I was working full-time, but I was on a casual contract, is what I mean when I say casually. I was still working full-time, but I was on a casual contract, so I didn't get any annual leave or sick leave or any other benefits that a full-time contractor would have. But yeah, I was working just a 9 to 5. Yeah, that's just the way they did it. It's fine. I don't care. It's in the past. But Went on holidays for a week. And we already knew, obviously, the pandemic by March. The pandemic was here. COVID was here, so there was nothing anyone could really do about it. It was just kind of bracing for impact. I should go get some ammo. What am I doing? Actually, no, you know what? I'll upgrade. I'll upgrade this shit. Yeah, it was kind of bracing for impact, and the company had sort of indicated that, look, we're going to struggle because we're going to lose a lot of business, and there's going to be some layoffs, and there's going to be people who are going to be working reduced hours or working on new contracts that have less hours, and people are going to be forced to take annual leave, and things like that. Shit, I didn't put the reel in. Damn it. Yeah, people are going to be forced to use their annual leave, and there's going to be layoffs or people furloughed or whatever the fuck case may be. Everything that I'm sure everyone has been through, in the past fucking 10 months, 9 months. But yeah, anyway. So I went on holidays for a week. Kind of didn't think a lot of it. I was like, look, if my hours get reduced, whatever. Whatever it is, that's fine. I'll deal with it. If it's just down to like 1 day a week, then obviously not knowing how long this fucking hellscape that we're in would last, I was like, yeah, it might be a couple months of a bit of hardship, but we'll get through it. But anyway, I still went on holidays because I was like, I really want a break. I kind of just want to take a week off and go on my holiday with my partner. We went down to a coastal town in Victoria called Phillip Island. It's an island, but it is an island actually. Yeah, I was gonna say it's a peninsula, but no, it's an island. That's not an island. It's a peninsula. But oh god. Yeah, so I don't know why I'm just jumping around and not doing anything. This is what happens when I start talking. I start like losing concentration. I just like end up just walking around aimlessly. But yeah, so I went away for a week. I know I've said that about 5 times. Came back, and I went to log into my computer at my desk, and the login, it wouldn't work. And I was like, that's strange. So I kind of sat around, wasn't able to do anything. And then obviously I noticed that the office was quite quiet around this time when I was back in on the Monday. There weren't very many people in the office. They had already said that a lot of people were going to be working from home. So I was kind of expecting it, but I was also kind of surprised. A lot of the lights were off. That's another thing I noticed. A lot of the lights were off. A lot of people weren't. Everyone seemed quite down as well. That was also the mood. And I was like, okay, this is strange, but it is what it is. Anyway, but at this point, I was kind of having the feeling that, okay, if my login doesn't work and everyone's fucking got their head down and a bit sad, it's like, okay, clearly there's been some layoffs, and I'm next. So I waited for my manager to arrive. And then I didn't bring it up with her yet. I was just kind of like, hey, I just pretended to be kind of clueless. I was like, hey, my login doesn't work. Do you know what's going on? And she was like, yeah, I need to have a chat with you in 5 minutes. Do you mind meeting me in the boardroom? I was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, no worries. And I was like, yeah, it's like, you just know. It's like, yeah, I'm on the chopping block. And it's like, I was kind of like, yeah, of course they'll get rid of me. I'm on a casual contract. There's no fucking obligation to pay me out or anything like that. They can just cut ties with me and that's it. But yeah, that's what happened. So yeah, she gave me the spiel that I'm sure a lot of people heard around March and April, and probably again later on in the year. But yeah, she gave me the spiel, said all the best, and I proceeded to not do any work for the rest of that day, because I was like, why even bother? But she did ask me to prepare like notes on sort of like a handover thing of all the stuff that I was working on, that needed to be handed over to somebody else who was still in contract and who still had a job at the end of the day, to take on my workload. So I did that. I did sort of a handover thing and wrote down some notes for them. But that was it. Yeah, I got let go in March, end of March. I think it was March 30th, I believe. And then I was unemployed for all the way until, I'd say, October. I live in Melbourne, Australia, for those of you who don't know. And over here, there was a second wave, unfortunately. Just kind of the way things went. But because of that, a lot of people couldn't work, and I was one of them. And I was on unemployment payments, but and that was fine. That was sustaining me, and I was very grateful for it. But obviously, there wasn't much work around for me to look for, so I kind of just had to stay on unemployment payments for a while and just sort of be depressed. But there is a silver lining to this, and I'm gonna share that with you. Is that this channel sort of restarted because of the pandemic. Because of that happening, I kind of said to myself, look, give this a fucking go, because you're clearly not happy doing shitty day jobs anyway, and you just got, it was kind of like a bit of a fuck you as well to previous employer. Not that I have any ill will against them, but it's just kind of like, well, look, it's their loss anyway. I know how valuable I am to an employer, because I do feel like I am a hard worker, and I do my best, and I do care about the work that I do, even if it is stuff that isn't particularly interesting to me. I do give a shit. And I don't want to make mistakes, and I don't want to piss anyone off or step on any toes. So me getting back into YouTube was still a little bit of a, fuck you, I'll show you sort of mentality. And I'm glad I had that mentality, because it motivated me a little bit. It did light a little bit of a fire under me. So I spent I did do a bit of investing of money into this. I did spend a bit of money gathering some equipment. Luckily, I already had a decent PC. I bought a webcam. I made sure I got all the appropriate software that I needed. I did get some cheap lighting. And yeah, I just started tinkering and started playing around with things and started learning and figuring out what I wanted to do. Because I've known how to edit for a while. I've been editing videos since I was in high school. So I already had those skills. It was just a matter of using them in a way that would fulfill me in what I wanted to achieve. So me losing my job kind of motivated me to sort of restart this channel a little bit. And got me to fucking upload and create content, which is, you know, for me, that's the silver lining of this year, is that it gave me a kick up the arse a little bit. And I'm still struggling. It's not as if that, you know, everything's fucking hunky-dory now. Fucking hunky-dory fish and chips. If you live in Australia, you know what I mean. But, you know, I'm still going to struggle. I'm still going to have, you know, complacency. I'm still going to have times where I just feel lazy, or I just feel depressed, or I don't know, I get inside my own head a little bit, and I'm not enough of a positive thinker and a positive reinforcer that I am capable of doing things, and I don't remind myself of that enough. So anyway, that was my little spiel. And yeah, so sorry, I knocked the mic there. A little sort of tidbit is like, yeah, I am currently working at the moment full time, but it is a contract role at the end of the day, and I'm aware that that contract's going to end, you know, not long from now. So I am going to be on the unemployed list again, unless I find another full-time role. Or I've also been contemplating getting something part-time, or something casual that I can sort of have a little bit more control over my hours. Because I do feel a little bit financially comfortable. I don't feel like I'm spreading myself too thin, at least financially. Because I was living with my parents prior to this, and now I'm renting. But I do still feel confident that I'm still going to be okay, even if I do take a reduced schedule with a day job, and then work on this, work on YouTube, and work on... I do want to figure out Twitch. I don't want to just be on YouTube. I do want to... I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. I do want to explore other avenues, and Twitch is another one that I do want to figure out and work on. And hopefully I'll do that one day soon. Yeah, it's all in due time. I'm not in any rush. I just want to make sure I'm doing everything correctly, and learning at an appropriate level. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just rambling shit. I never actually spoken. I never streamed for this long, I don't think. So I'm kind of getting to a point where I'm just rambling my ass off. How long have we been streaming for? Let's have a look here. If I have a timestamp. Okay, timestamp that I can see. That's okay. All of you people might know how long I've been streaming for. That's fine. Well, this has been fun. I think I am at the point where I do want to slowly wrap this up. Round 15, not too bad, hey? I could keep going, but I promise you that this game is quite repetitive, and what I'm doing right now is the only thing you'll be watching for the next maybe 10 rounds or so until I make a mistake and then die. Which is what usually happens. It'll be like, oh yeah, I'm going to get to round 30, and then you get fucked by some random crawler or whatever that traps you, and then they all just swarm you. I might keep going for a little bit, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna... I don't really feel like doing this for all night, because for me it is still a work night, and I would like to relax a bit before I have to go to work tomorrow. But it has been fun, just rambling on about random shit. Yeah. And it's nice to have a webcam, fuck me. That's the other thing I hate about streaming on PS4, no fucking webcam. You need the PlayStation camera. That's the only way around it. It's so fucking dumb. And I've looked at different solutions, it doesn't seem like there's anything that would work for me. It's only the PlayStation camera. It's fucking stupid. I hope that changes for PS5. It's just stupid. Let people use a webcam. Yeah. It just means you have to use a game capture, that's all. But yeah, I mean that's all it really means, is just you have to use a game capture. But if you want to stream through the PS4, you have to have the fucking PlayStation camera, which kind of sucks. But I guess it's not too bad, and here's why. Because I'm actually interested in getting PlayStation VR. I'm actually quite interested in getting PSVR one day. And I've never tried VR, and I want to try it. It looks really interesting. I don't know. I've seen gameplay of Tetris Effect. I like what I see. I want it. I want it very much so. Tetris Effect looks really fun. And super hot. I want super hot as well. But PSVR I think is more enticing to me because it feels a lot more entry level for VR, and it's not going to break the fucking bank. I can get a used headset for like $200, which is pretty good, and it comes with all the bells and whistles. So I may just do that, to be honest. Alright. I could just pretend to fuck up and then end it. I won't do that. I will still try to survive, but to be honest, I'm not going to try very hard. Ooh, give me that. Alright. Oh dear. I do like going in for these knives, but I understand that you're asking for... oh god. Alright, there it was. I didn't expect that. Alright. That's nice. I mean, we can just speedrun this and try and get it to round 20. Oh god, oh god. Never mind, I spoke too soon, I spoke too soon! Fuck! Damn it, I spoke too soon. I got cocky. I was like, yep. So this is what happens, you always get cocky. This is what happens every time you play COD Zombies. You get cocky and you fuck up. Alright, now I've got to... Alright, now I'm into it. Now I'm into... Maybe this was the right thing to do. Maybe it was the right thing to go down and then... Oh, fuck. Alright. We're good, we're good, we're good. That's fine. Yeah, maybe it was the right thing to do to go down and then go into panic mode. Alright. Fuck, I need a one perk skin. Alright, here's the rule. I won't buy a quick revive. Yeah. There we go. So if I go down, I go down. And then that'll be it. That'll wrap up the stream. We'll get speed cola though. If I can quickly get it before they all spawn. Hopefully I can. Should be able to. Oh god. I made a mistake. Made a very bad mistake. Oh, why didn't he go down? Alright. That's the end of the stream. I'm ending it. Thank you very much if you did tune in, and if you did hang out with me. Round 18, not bad. But what always happens is you get cocky and you die. But that's okay. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you continue to watch my content. Nope, we're not playing again. Yeah, I hope that you like what you see and you subscribe. Yeah, and I look forward to entertaining you in the future with more edited content and live streams, because I do like doing these live streams as well. Have a Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful New Year. And I hope to see you soon, guys. Now I'm going to end the stream. Bye for now.